My stepson's sudden entered in my room when I was naked and changing my clothes. A real infidelity story of forbidden love. It was a quiet Wednesday afternoon, and the house was unusually still. My husband had taken my stepson, Jake, out for some errands, and I finally had some time to unwind in the comfort of my home. The day had been long, and I decided to take a moment for myself. After a refreshing shower, I felt relaxed and rejuvenated. Wrapped in a towel, I stepped into my bedroom, ready to change into something more comfortable. I took a moment to look in the mirror, feeling grateful for a few stolen moments of solitude. With the sunlight streaming through the window, I felt at ease, enjoying the peaceful ambience of the home. As I rummaged through my closet, my phone buzzed on the nightstand, distracting me momentarily. I reached over to check the message when suddenly, I heard the familiar creak of the bedroom door opening. Before I could fully process what was happening, Jake, my 13-year-old stepson, walked in. Time froze. My heart sank as I realized I was standing there, completely naked except for the towel barely clinging to me. Jake's eyes widened in shock, mirroring my horror. "Whoa," he exclaimed, his voice a mix of surprise and confusion. "Jake, what are you doing?" I gasped, my face flooding with embarrassment. I spun around, trying to cover myself, grabbing the nearest piece of clothing, a blouse, hoping to pull it over my exposed body. I didn't mean to," he stammered, quickly turning his head away, his cheeks flushed with embarrassment. I felt a rush of panic. The look in his eyes told me he was as surprised as I was. "You need to knock before coming in," I managed to say, my voice shaky, as I quickly slipped into the blouse and jeans I had laid out. "I thought you were in the living room," he replied, still not daring to look back at me. The room was thick with tension. I thought everyone was out," I said, still trying to piece together what had just happened. Every parenting awkward moment I had ever imagined suddenly paled in comparison to this. "I'm really sorry," he said, still facing the wall. "I'll just go." "Wait," I called out, my heart racing. I knew I had to address this. "Jake, it's okay. Accidents happen. But you have to remember that privacy is important, okay? I shouldn't have to worry about someone barging in on me like that." He turned back, his face still beet red. "I didn't mean to see anything," he mumbled, embarrassed. "I just thought I could ask you something about my homework." I nodded, trying to regain my composure. "Let's just be more careful in the future, all right? Knock first." He nodded earnestly, still avoiding eye contact, and quickly left the room. As I finished getting dressed, I couldn't shake off the strange mix of emotions swirling within me. The shock, the embarrassment, and an odd sense of urgency to prevent this from ever happening again clouded my thoughts. After a moment of silence, I finally stepped out of my room, needing to clear the air. I found Jake sitting on the couch, his homework sprawled open in front of him, but he wasn't really looking at it. Instead, he was staring blankly at the TV, his mind clearly elsewhere. "Jake," I said gently, taking a seat beside him. "About what happened earlier." "I know, I'm sorry," he cut me off, still clearly uncomfortable. I took a deep breath. "It's okay to feel awkward. Just know that I'm here to help you with anything, homework or otherwise." He shrugged but managed a small smile. "Thanks. You're really nice," he said hesitantly. As the afternoon wore on, we eventually shifted our focus back to homework, but I was painfully aware that this was a moment neither of us would easily forget. It had been shocking, embarrassing, and purely accidental, yet somehow, it felt like a turning point in our relationship, a lesson in boundaries we both needed to learn. The incident reminded me that life is full of unexpected surprises, some embarrassing, some enlightening, and that navigating them requires understanding and compassion. With that thought, I hoped we could move forward, stronger and more respectful of each other's privacy.